Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming back. So, struggle bus showed up early today. We've been battling a grain bin. We're hauling with 3 trucks, so we gotta keep grain moving here pretty aggressively. So this bin here, bin 25, I believe it's 148,000 bushel bin. And the center didn't pull correctly, or didn't pull the core out. So the center, I don't know, it's like a 6-foot round cone that is built up in there, and it keeps letting chunks down and keeps plugging the sump. So good indication of when that's plugged is when the dust quits coming out of the drain leg. So basically what's going on is that corn that is maybe not in the best condition, it isn't totally like rotten, it's just sticking together, FM, because it was 28% corn that we harvested, dried it down, it's conditioned, but it's just a lot of FM. It didn't core properly, so now that's breaking loose in chunks, plugging the sump. We dumped it in that grain bin because we put the Ben Sump Pro in this one and that one, which I can put the link in the description if you guys want to know what that looks like. But basically you weld it in on your power sweep, and then you can unhook that before you fill the bin. You gotta make sure to do that. Then you just engage the sweep, and that chopper sits there and spins as the grain flows over it, chops up all the chunks. So this morning we ran it for a little bit, got the chunk chopped out of there, and then we turned it back off. Then it plugged again. So now I got it on, and it doesn't hurt. You can leave it run. I think I'm just gonna leave it running in there so that I don't have to babysit this so much. But if you don't need to run them, why wear out your gearboxes and everything? So, but this is being a consistent issue, so I think we're gonna let it run today. This is one of them products that it's hard to tell you about because it's underneath like 100,000 bushels of grain right now, so I can't show you it actually working, but trust me, it's working. It's saving us, and it's saving us from going up in the grain bin and risking our lives, which no one wants to do, and I don't suggest doing that ever. So anyways, on to the next project of the day. Hopefully this all stays running and the boys keep trucking.
Yes.
I got her going.
Good.
What are you into?
I'm thinking about mounting the camera to this planter.
Oh boy. Alright, so this is the new store lock boxes, and we didn't show you too much or really nothing about putting this together because it was super time consuming. But look at that. Now we got all of our hydraulic fittings. We've got them all labeled, so when we get low, like this one, we maybe should get a couple more of. That one's completely empty. But this is our hose making station. Instead of all this stuff was upstairs before, and now we've got everything. We got push connectors, our wiring, just all the stuff that's just sat in the old shop on benches in piles is now.
This is your favorite drawer.
This is my favorite drawer. There's our truck fittings, so airline fittings, different connectors, air chucks for the shop. Here's another favorite one. We had these all piled up in very unorganized, so you dug the whole bin out to maybe find what you were looking for.
No, oh, not the right one.
We got them all size or organized. Like this excites me beyond belief. And we don't have it completely full yet. I'm sure we will, but we got our truck sockets in here, air guns. I think this side's
pretty much empty, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
ooh, someone's been putting. Ooh, yeah, that we could get some more stuff over here. Our specialized tools.
See, we have these 2 drawers yet. I don't know what we're gonna put in there.
Well, we have all these special tools that you don't use often, but then when you do need them, they're gone, missing. And then in here, this is pretty nice too. So we got our air cannon, our other hose maker. We got our 1 1/4 inch hose, 3/8, 1/2 inch. This is even cooler yet. Pull out drawer for our jack stands, bottle jacks. Yeah, this cleaned this up. I like
a lot.
Yes.
And we still have an open drawer.
I like space. This was the one rain delay day we had 2 days ago that we literally spent cleaning, organizing, and we basically stayed busy with 4 guys doing this, like sorting, labeling, time consuming.
The welding table into a different location.
Yep. I think Eric's taking that table that we've never used, just never used it, gained some space there. He's gonna put that in his shed, I think. Yeah, we gained square footage in the floor space here.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah. I like change.
He likes organization, it's what he likes.
We should get rid of this too.
We should get rid of that too. And my hose maker is finally fixed, so I want to get a vise though, either here or there. We need to get some tools, maybe some crescent wrenches, maybe a wrench set here for doing different hydraulic hose projects. But this really cleaned up. Very nice.
Looks great.
Next thing on the list to do today is final hook everything, make sure it's hooked up, make sure everything's talking. We did have kibble out. They fixed all my globe issues and updated software, and that fixed the auto steer issue in that other tractor. We just hooked this up before dinner time. Now we're gonna go hook up some quad tracks to diggers and halo. It's hard to know after the 2 inches, like when we'll be starting, when will be the start date. It's gonna come down to temperature, sunlight, wind. So it's hard to know. We were very close. Probably could have been going before the rain. Chose not to, which I'm glad we did, just because there's ponded water sitting all over fields now. And the odds are that wherever that water would be ponded, if it sits there for, well, and as cold as it is, probably the seed germ would die and not even grow. So I feel pretty good about waiting. We wouldn't have had more than 1 or 2 days to get anything done anyways. So with that also being said, we weren't completely ready, so we needed another week to get this type of stuff done, hook stuff up, make sure work kinks out everything. So let's go hook some stuff up and see what problems arise. This is tight in here. Eric's hauling corn. Currently, he might be getting swapped out with Brody, but he backed out of the shed, and the gravel's a little bit soft there. It's never gotten too much traffic on it last summer after we hauled it in, and I suppose the spring 2 inches of rain on it, and 80,000 pounds didn't like that at all, actually. Sunk away pretty good. He almost got stuck. We need to find a spot to park this that's better than right in the way of all of the equipment. So that halo is getting hooked up to this tractor here. This one is getting hooked up to the 58-foot digger. We're running out of room here. Wow, first try. Okay, Brody. We are gonna pull this ahead, and then we're gonna unfold it and take the safety stops that keep it in the air. I believe they're up there also. Get them out so it's started and go to the field, hopefully. So I also like to set on the hydraulic speeds, make sure that that is where I like it to be, so that it doesn't, if it's too fast, you can damage it when folding and unfolding. If it's too slow, well, it just takes forever. So there's a happy medium. Alright, last and final test, just to make sure they can, seems like over winter, come out of calibration on what is level. So each wheel section here can be, or is on a different sensor, so you can adjust it, but so far, this one looks like it held fine. Then I can adjust here how far I want it to come out of the ground when I click it to raise, and then more so in field setting how far you want it to be in the ground. I feel pretty confident on this one. I need a bungee strap to hold my hoses up on the lend-a-hand, but other than that I feel pretty confident about this one. I feel very confident that this one is ready to go. It went better than the one that you tried to hook up by yourself.
It didn't work.
Nothing would talk. This here box was not communicating well with the implement, which I'm glad that this one worked.
Now we can go hook up something else.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna move this out of the way, unhook it down where the sprayer tractor was sitting. He's gonna move that because I'm hoping, what I'm really hoping is that the halo works excellent on corn ground and we won't have to use the land roller till we get to soybeans. That's my hope. I don't know. And then this would be able to be on a field cultivator, aka digger. And I should say that, or I should clarify, this will be on that digger. It's just a matter of how many times we have to unhook that digger to hook up to this. Well, let's see how out of control this can be. Just with how this thing steers, it's goofy. It's a goofy steering unit. Getting it straight and decent is difficult, and you cannot back up with it. If you back up with it, it unfolds to a certain extent. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to back up some here. And then it'll start unfolding. There she starting to unfold. Man, this is big. Oh my gosh, really? This is where we're gonna park this? For now? Well, for now, I guess. I got nowhere better to put it. Field's too muddy to go out there. Not that that's really a good spot to be parking it in case we want to plant. Granted, around the home place here will be one of the last fields planted because it's black beans this year. Fun fact. Float. There we go. You figuring it out?
I think so.
This one's got a lot of remotes to plug in.
I think it's all oily too.
I wonder why. Okay. All right, we're double checking this thing. We were so smart to not mark the hoses like we normally do when we were in the shop and had this all hooked up, test firing it and getting this tractor wired. So we're doing that all again. This time we're gonna put zip ties on so we know which hose is supposed to go in what side. We do know the pairs, but yeah. So that hose was backwards. So raise and lower is now good. Folding's now good. So I believe this one's ready to go also. Last one?
Struggle.
What's struggling?
Hot.
It's caught.
Don't ask me how that happened.
This right here, it's underneath there.
Yeah. The struggle.
Now it's stuck. So by marking the hoses, this is what we mean. We put a green zip tie on, and so if it's remote one, we put one green zip tie on. Ours either goes to the left or on a case on the top. If it's remote 4, we put 4 of them on. Pretty simple, very cheap. I know you can get those hose wrappings or those ends, but they're pretty expensive. A bag of zip ties are extremely cheap, so that's what we do. And the last and final step for this unit is put some go-go juice in it. Is it really ready to go to the field if there's no fuel or DEF? Not really. Truckers are just pulling in here for the day. Plant's shut down for the day, so I might get Jordan in here and teach him how to run the joystick. He's most likely going to be the guy running this. So, yeah, hopefully we can train him in here quick. All right, this one's done. I marked the hoses so we know if we have to unhook it, which one goes where, and we don't have to mess around with that anymore. Just like that. Simple and easy. And we even had Jordan jump in, and I had him unfold it, fold it back up so he understands how it works. He's like, oh, that was easy. Glad you think so. Why is there an Impala on a trailer being pulled into the yard? That I don't know what that's about at all. Anyways, I'm putting hammers and diggers, and I brought a ratchet strap to tie these hoses up. I found these pull type ratchet straps to be the best option. We used to use bungee straps, and I'm not saying that we still won't, but this is a lot stronger and a lot more adjustable. Well, I think that completes hooking everything up. Yeah, we're done with that, which takes longer than a person thinks. I mean, just hooking it all up, making sure the hoses are right, GPS is set to the right width of the implement. Takes time. Been at it most of the afternoon, actually. You want to tell them what Dad made you do the rest of the day?
Yeah, sort stainless steel bolt the nuts out and washers and all that stuff.
You should have had your daughter here. She would have had so much fun.
No.
Yeah, think of it. She could have done this.
Yeah, now do you know which one you did? I needed a bigger drawer.
Yeah. Well, we got another drawer filled. Still got 2 left.
2 left. Oh, 2.5.
I like having extra room, though.
2.5.
Well, good job. Dad, we had them all stored in a tackle box in the bag, so it was like a 20-minute thing every time you look for a bolt. And he was in there today and dumped a bag all over, picked them all up, grabbed another bag, dumped that one out. Over. And he said, "That's it, Brody." Yeah, well,
they don't get used very much.
No, they don't. But when you need one, this will be way nicer.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna call it a day, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.